aliens? Guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahara, and I love alien content, okay? I'll be honest with you. I love conspiracy theories. Loch Ness Monster, I believe it. Lizard people, I believe it. Agartha at the center of the earth, I believe it. I'm not even kidding here. Like, you might think that I'm just memeing for the video. No. I believe in all the wacky conspiracy theories, okay? The polar bear astronaut story, you ever heard of that one? Yeah, Google it. It's wild indeed, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to talk about aliens once again. Now, in the last few weeks, obviously, there's been some pretty big bombshells, and now it seems like every other country wants to get in on the funny bombshells. Notably, Italy, ladies and gentlemen, because there are Italian researchers claiming to have proof of the world's first UFO crash. Step aside, Roswell virgins. We've got Italian alien UFO chats on the way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to start off by saying I hate the gray alien depiction. Who thought that this is what aliens are, okay? You can't have aliens that look like Turians from Mass Effect, elites from Halo. That's way cooler. The xenomorph, way cooler. Gray aliens, what, you expect them to be lanky? No junk? All right, they have like no racial diversity. You tell me there's no racial diversity on alien planets? That's a little insane, all right? No, the best example we've got is this Megamind looking dude, okay? Come on now. Let's be a little realistic here. Aliens probably look more like me and you, just a little more inbred, I guess. But starting off with, I'm going to give you some reality. I'm going to give you real alien stuff first, okay? Like, this is actually real. This is properly real. So remember last time we covered it, I talked about like a Harvard professor, a Harvard team, Avi Loeb, that was actually looking at extraterrestrial spherules, is what they call it, okay, ladies and gentlemen. These spherules that were actually recovered from the bottom of the Pacific Ocean could actually, according to some of these people, Avi Loeb says could be a fragment from an alien spacecraft. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might be like, whoa, that's pretty massive. We actually recovered 50 of these iron spheres, okay? And it was actually part of a $1.5 million underwater search mission on Papua New Guinea, okay? So this is actually a pretty big deal. To actually ascertain not technology, but materials that came from outside our realm of understanding. Now, this is actually known as IM-1, this actual, I guess you could say this asteroid, if you will. And this is actually Earth's first interstellar visitor, ladies and gentlemen. This happened all the way back in 2014. And it was only ever detected by Avi Loeb and, of course, another researcher known as Amir Siraj. So effectively, when they looked into this, they actually are hoisting this situation up over here because they actually plotted the path for IM-1. And eventually, this is what came out of these spherules. So when they examined under fluorescent X-ray, the research team determined that they were most likely steel and titanium alloy, also known as S5 or shock-resisting steel. The strength of S5 steel is well above that of iron meteorites. So, yeah, it's kind of scary, right? Like, we've got some foreign, maybe alloys, something of that nature. This is where, like, you get a little bit of those conspiracy X-File moments. Could it be an alien craft? Could it be the shock system on a brand new alien supercruiser? Only Star Citizen nerds will figure this one out. Now, this is one that I like, too, a lot. This is a bit of shit that I've read on Jerusalem Post. It's also on Mint. What is Mint? I don't know. But the actual title for this is wild. Are aliens helping Western governments and Ooh, okay. The report says human-aliens partnership has given rise to significant breakthroughs, such as fiber optics, how we communicate, microchips, synthetic fiber Kevlar, stealth technology, and even the creation of our own flying saucers. So apparently there is a partnership, a collusion between Western governments and the gray aliens. You know why I showed you them earlier? Because there are people that still believe gray aliens are a thing. They have no penises. How do you expect them to reproduce? Come on now, basic science. Muda, what if they reproduce by budding? We have no actual feasible knowledge for that. I love how, like, you have to actually really read some of these, like, articles, because some people just look at the headlines and call it a day. Seriously, read this. Recently, many ufologists now believe that much of the secret projects have moved to Dugway Proving Grounds, which is a top-secret facility even more remote than Area 51, and used for chemical warfare training. Now, others have claimed to work in Area 51 or were going to publish information about this, have allegedly been silenced by Men in Black. With input from agencies. I love it, dude. That's like the ultimate source, bro. It's like the Just Pearly things, dude. It's like, trust me, people have been talking about it. Source, I made it up. For anybody wondering what Dugway Proving Ground is, this is the Dugway Proving Ground. It's a U.S. Army facility establishment in 1942 to test biological and chemical weapons. It's southwest of Salt Lake City, Utah. The Mormon capital, I guess. I haven't even been to it. I actually heard Salt Lake City is awesome, okay? And you know what? One day we will go there to find Ayla Mouse. Dude, there's no way. If I get killed for looking this up, I don't even care. Take me to the place. Here it is. Dugway Service Station. All right, fly me in. Let's see what this shit looks like. This is Dugway. Things look pretty normal here, actually. Yeah, I think this is all it is. Yeah, this whole section. It does actually seem like maybe this might be where they're... No, this is just like some standard... This actually, like, if this was a secret military installation, I highly, like, doubt you could even actually see what's on here. What I think is most likely, and, like, this is just me being conspiratorial, but I do believe when it comes to looking up, like, actual military bases, I think they have partnerships with Google and, like, any tech company to, like, effectively, like, mask the information or camouflage it or just put bullshit information on top of it, just so people can't actually see what's there. But then again, there's so many other tech companies in the world, too, that, like, if you wanted to, like, obviously a Russian company or a US or a Chinese company or Indian company wouldn't necessarily be so okay. So maybe this is real or not. But anyways, it's just a field, right? And, like, there is literally nobody close by. So if there ever had to be like alien testing, it could probably happen in this area. And I guarantee you, once you get to like these mountains, they got like snipers and everything ready to go, just ready to pop a bullet into your head, dude. I feel like the people that live in Rush Valley, probably if they had to see, if this was actually alien testing grounds, could probably see like some aliens like some UFOs being tested, okay? But anyways, this is just me getting too far ahead of myself. So according to the old clickbait farms, Italian researcher shares extraordinary evidence files of world's first UFO crash 14 years before Roswell, dude. Roswell wasn't even old enough to go to high school before this thing hit up. Or actually, no, that is like when you're entering. Whatever, though, okay? Screw the joke aside. This is the actual researcher. Roberto Pinotti shared extraordinary details of the saucer crash that allegedly occurred in northern Italy in 1933. Somehow it feels like I'm looking at almost an AI-generated image, okay? But you know what? It is what it is. So even David Grush claims that one of these alien spacecrafts crashed into northern Italy in 1933 and was secreted away by fascist dictator Benito Mussolini before it was captured by American forces at the end of World War II and shipped to the U.S. You know, given how shady the U.S. can be, I almost believe it, dude. But this is a bombshell report, ladies and gentlemen. Truly a bombshell situation. And I want to treat it with respect and actually look into it. So, documents claim to be the personal order of Il Duce, the Italian dictator Mussolini himself. So I actually have the documents right over here. But before we start off with, Roberto Pinotti is actually like a real person. Like, this is a real individual. It's not AI generated or anything. This is somebody I believe like actually has credentials. Again, it's up to you to completely ascertain. But according to Daily Mail, this is an artist's rendition of the crashed... Oh man, that looks totally real right now. Why do they all look like that? Why? Come on now. Anyways, that's like the alien, that's like the artist rendition of like an alien UFO saucer, okay? Actually looks a little bit small, but hey, then again, this is another bit of documentation. So you can see like Il Duce. So this is actually apparently Benito Mussolini himself. And this is where they like draw. First off, can I just say you've got pharmacist handwriting over here, doctor handwriting. You know, there's handwriting that I've seen is awful. My wife, great handwriting. My mom, great handwriting. My dad, absolutely ungoddamn illegible, all right? Like, I don't even know how the pharmacist is supposed to read what my dad writes. But then again, all right, life is different. Anyways, they gave the timings, and then of course they drew the trajectory and the style of the plane, so or the UFO. It does not look like the, actually no, it does kind of look like the artist rendition. So they got the saucer, they've got the propulsion mechanism, and I guess that's pretty much what it comes down to. And this is like apparently the actual letterhead for the Italian government at the time. Now, of course, Ufficio Telegrafico di Milano. All right, so I can't read Italian, but thank God for a translation right over here. Of personal order of the Duce, it is disposed, immediate, repeat, immediate arrest, diffusion of news, diffusion of news, so basically, you know, like get rid of it, propaganda, whatever, eliminate it from any form of the public press, related to aircraft of unknown nature and origin, of which in dispatch of Stefani, date today 7:30 a.m. Immediate recasting of any leads from the newspaper bearing said news is ordered to stop. Maximum penalties for transgressors are foreseen up to refer to the Supreme Court of State Security stop. So this is apparently a documentation, and can I just say for the record, compared to what we've seen from David Grush, all right, no disrespect, this is actually more evidence, like 100% more evidence than what we've heard about, like, the UFO situation in the States right now. Now, again, the validity of this documentation, again, I don't work for the Italian government. I also have never really seen what Italian paperwork looks like. This could be fake. But then again, an actual doctor putting their credentials up on the line for it is also questionable. It's kind of like David Grush. I want to believe the guy because he actually was in the U.S. Air Force, and given what the statements that he's making, he's making some serious, bold claims that I believe under the threat of perjury, which I believe Barely Sociable also corrected me on that. Maybe if he heard statements from somebody else, it wouldn't be contacted under perjury. But point is, these are two, individuals with credentials, with, their face out there. And again, if they're sending out false information, this could absolutely jeopardize everything they've ever done in their entire life, which is a big risk to take. Now, of course, you've also got other statements over here, too. By personal order, absolute silence is ordered on presumed landing on national soil of unknown aircraft. Version 2 published, diffused with today's dispatch by Stefani is confirmed. Same version, also for staff and journalists. Stop maximum penalties. Now, when they actually mention unknown aircraft, I don't know if they mean like foreign aircraft, like military planes, or like a special new type of military plane that they've never seen. That would be interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily like alien, so to speak, because they haven't mentioned extraterrestrials in this. So in another actual description over here, they mentioned that today follows aircraft above recognized as meteor. Repeat, meteor by Brera Astronomical Observatory. Stop. Give minimum graphic relevance to news. Stop. No need. Repeat. No need to correct. Stop. If you feel like this is written weird, this is a telegram, I think it might be. So like they're actually communicating in like Morse code or like, telegraph speak. And then they're converting it obviously into English. So here they do refer to it as a meteor. So it is something that came suborbital onto the ground. And, maybe it could be aliens. Maybe it could be like a new form of like, aircraft from another country that they're trying to keep hush-hush. And then, of course, this is the last bit supplied to the Daily Mail. Caro De Santi, I can't read, it's too low resolution over here. But again, if these documents are fake, that would absolutely put the words of Roberto Pinotti, a journalist, into some really, really serious question. You could actually see this person's entire life legacy be thrown to the fucking winds. Now, look, at the end of the day, the reason I update you guys on this UFO stuff is I'm personally, I'm excited, okay? Like, I'll be honest here. Like, just let's rip aside all the sarcasm and jokes. I really do think in the next, 5-10 years, we might actually get first contact with alien species. I'm not going to be one of those people that sits down and thinks that we've been visited or I have, an anal probe in my ass or something. I genuinely do believe that aliens exist outside. How could somebody believe that in this vast cosmic world, we're the only pieces of intelligence at all? Now, I do think that, in the next 5-10 years, it may not be aliens that come to us. I hope, I pray sometimes that maybe we develop technology at such a faster rate that we may be able to fly to other planets. And maybe within even our own solar system, we may find life. We may find life closer than we expect. And that's what I really hope to see one day. Look, we're all going to die someday, okay? I have very, very small hopes and dreams sometimes, man. I want to be a good parent, want to have a good rest of my life with my family, but I also want to see aliens, dude. I just want to see an alien at some point, even if it means, the US Space Force shoots an alien in the head by mistake and we're all dead, okay? We all started an intergalactic war. At least I'll die knowing that I got to see a fucking Alamau, man. And that's all I really hope for, dude. That's what drives me nearly every day. I wake up out of bed hoping to make it to the next day just so I can see Alamaus, man. But yeah, big claims being made by big people. So hopefully these all materialize into something. This is actually more evidence than I've seen before in terms of paperwork. But yeah, until the day aliens come, you bet that I'll be covering them. And when the aliens do come, if I can get anal probed, expect a 24-hour live stream of my anal probing. Anyways, this is me, Mutahar, and yeah, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.